Welcome to Cash Cuties, a super personal finance podcast where we look at our friends' credit card statements and judge their spending habits with love. I'm your host, Fumi
and I'm Steffy Bake. If you're listening on your Apple Pod app, please leave us a review, hit follow on Spotify, and sub to our YouTube channel for the video version of this podcast. All the links are available in the episode description below.
Guys, we're at like 1.5K right now on YouTube. So if you're a YouTube watcher / listeners, please, and you got a smartphone, which I know all you guys do, whip out that phone, go to Spotify, go to Apple Podcast, and please rate and review this podcast. It really means a lot. It really helps us put us on the map. And conversely, if you're a audio only listener, go to youtube.com, dude. Check that shit out. Type in Cash Cuties podcast. Please subscribe. These numbers really do matter and really appreciate it.
Yeah, it affects the algorithm.
The algorithm.
So other people will have a chance to learn about money and talk about money and get the same kind of thing you guys get from watching us and listening to us.
This is the least you can do for us.
Yeah.
We want to donor daddies. These are people who give us money on Patreon to help us pay for this operation and our hard work. Chris M., all the way from London, £4.50. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Joseph G., $10.
Rika Chu, $5.
And Ivan Singh, $25.
Thank you.
And I do want to shout out some of my friends who fed me this month. I know that's not... I do!
This is our new segment called Friends Who Feed Steffy.
Feed the artist.
Yeah, feed the artist.
Yeah.
The starving artist.
I'm sure there are people who bought you some food, no?
Yeah, like Ronnie Chang always buys me food if I'm
with him. Oh my God, what a freaking honor.
Yeah, he's great.
Is it cheap? Is it good food?
No, we should go out for like sushi or something. He hasn't done it for me in a while, but like, yeah, he's really nice.
That's really
people
nice
like,
of him.
yeah, we're not working right now. So like, we also want to give a shout out to friends who feed us. Feedy friends.
Michelle and Eric at Forage, thank you so much. Go check out their food, Vietnamese food in West Hollywood, delicious. Luke for his cooking and always feeding me coffees. Danny at Olivia's, it's a restaurant in K-Town, and Dumb, who's generous with all the homies. He's always feeding us, so appreciate that. And he always supports our podcast.
Yes, he's super nice.
Yeah, on Fun with Dumb. So
check out Fun with Dumb.
Yeah,
check out that podcast if you want.
We had to do that right now.
It feels so forced. Yeah, check them out. We love them.
We love that.
Even though she's on the podcast. Yeah, they're great.
Yeah, it's good.
So good.
But anyways, and we also, again, our Patreon that we have. Please go support us. We have bonus episodes on there, and we answer fan questions, as well as I started doing this little segment where I give tips. Aunt Sally's tips.
She does a character on there.
And if you are a supporter of like, I think over $5 or $10 or plus $10 plus, you get to see those exclusive bonuses. And there is one foot pick.
There is one foot pick.
But we can't tell you whose foot.
It's a mystery foot. Just not enticing at all because they only want to see your foot. It's never
How
me.
do you know?
No, you're right.
You don't freaking know.
That's true.
So go on to patreon.com/cashcutiespod. So Fumi, I would like to know how you're doing financially.
Dude, not good. Okay. And I'm real upset today because yesterday, everybody knows I got a new car, right? My baby, my Privacy.
Yes.
Love that thing.
Yeah.
It's like such a cute car. It's lightning blue. It's so cute. Mm-hmm. Yesterday, I was driving to a show in Irvine at the Improv. I was opening for Androgen, very funny comedian. Check her out. And I'm driving on the fucking highway. I'm on like the second to the most left lane. So I'm going pretty fast. I'm probably doing like at least 75, maybe a little bit faster. And
that's really fast for you, actually, because it's above the speed limit.
Well, yeah, you can go 510 above, right? That's legal.
I didn't know your car could even go that fast. That's
the Prius actually is not that slow. It can go fast. The acceleration is slow, right? Okay. So I'm like driving. We're kind of late to the show, but we're just driving, and there's a car. Like by the time this all happened, it's all happened so fast, and I didn't even see it. All of a sudden, I see a white sports car in my peripheral, but like literally next to my car, parallel next to my car. Then I see him try to get in front of me in my lane, right? So he's on the lane next to me. Yeah. He tries to cut me off and go to my lane. But the thing is, there's not enough space because there's a car in front of him. So as he tries to turn, he does it really fast, and I don't notice it. So he hits my car going like fucking 75, 80 while he's trying to go into the lane.
Oh, no.
Okay. So I'm like freaking the fuck out because I'm like, we could have spun out. I could have hit the partition. Like, I'm like, what the fuck? Thank God, like the Prius is like a very sturdy car. So I just moved like a little bit, but I'm freaking out. I'm like, I've never been hit at that speed before. I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm like, okay, I guess we should like pull over or something. This guy fucking speeds off because he knows it's his fault. And so, you know, in LA when you're driving, you know those people who like are in sports cars who are just sort of weaving between cars? It was one of those. He didn't just do it to me. He did it 50 times before. It was fine 50 times before. And when it came to me, he miscalculated the space and he hit me. And when he hit me, like, I fucking like something got set off inside me, and I was like, I'm gonna fucking chase this motherfucker. So I fucking floor it, and I'm like trying to take a picture of his license plate, but he has a paper license plate. It's one of those temporary ones because I think he just got this car, so it's flapping in the wind, which I think is illegal. You have to like pin it down so that it's like flat.
Wait, he did it on purpose?
100%. So he's flapping around, so I can't really get it. I took a picture of his car. I know the model and the
what
thing.
Was it? So call it out.
That's the other thing. I actually want to listen. I want your help. Actually, if there's any listeners in the Southern California area, if you see a white Kia Stinger, okay, I don't know what year it is. I know they discontinued it, so it can't be that new. I think he just bought it because it had the temporary license
Kia
on it.
Stinger.
If you see a Kia Stinger with a dent or like a blue scratch mark on the back left side, please take a picture of his license plate and send it to us, okay?
Oh my God, you guys, this is a call of action.
This is a call of action,
and this is your alert, those Apple alerts that you get. Cash Cuties alert. You guys, we need to find this person that hit Fumi.
This is fucked up. This is now this is a true crime podcast now, okay? Ooh, what's good?
Can we use our like fucking detective skills and fans? Please help us here.
I have a picture of it. I'll fucking put it in the edit.
Okay, the Stinger. I'm looking at it right now.
Look at this guy. And look how fucked up his left side is because this is from hitting my car. And you know what fucking pissed me off is like, I know there's people in LA with cool cars weaving around. This guy's in a fucking Kia, okay? Mm-hmm. And I do not mean any disrespect to the Koreans, but come on, a Kia Stinger? That's like buying the most expensive item at an Olive Garden. Okay,
why did you have to race her? Why did you have to make it a race thing right now?
Because
why did you bring in the Korean right now?
I needed to get in front of it because if I don't, people in the comments are gonna be like, he's just saying that because Japanese. So I need to get in front of it, okay? That's all it is. I don't want to get canceled.
You essentially did that by putting eyes on it.
But you're co-signing. I got a Korean co-sign.
No, just because I'm next to you does not mean I'm
I'm editing this part out. Yeah. I'm going to use AI to make you say yes.
For now, I'm going to say fuck this guy.
No, but seriously,
fuck this guy. There's no way he's Korean, by the way. They don't drive like that. They don't drive. They don't drive.
People, Koreans who are into cars, like they don't buy Kias.
No, I don't know any Korean with a Kia.
No, they got cool like European cars and shit. They're not doing this. It fucking pisses me. I think, how much is a Stinger?
Oh shit, it's
like 40, 50, right?
50,
no, it's pretty expensive, and he's an idiot because he just bought that car. Now it's all fucked up. But like,
fucking
it was just so annoying, dude. And he sped off, and so I floored it, and literally 3 seconds, and I'm like, oh, I'm in a Prius, I can't catch him. And so he literally like,
oh my god, did you do it because of beef? Did it kind of make you feel like you should?
Oh my god.
No, I thought about that. I've thought about this for people, whether they're gonna start driving. Yeah, because it's like cool now that it's on TV.
I wasn't gonna chase him. Even if I was in a faster car, I wouldn't chase him. But I wanted his license because so this is actually really good advice. I didn't know. So if you do a hit and run on the highway, what you're supposed to do is call 911. Yeah. I didn't know that because I was like, I don't know his license number, so they're not gonna do anything. You call 911 to be like, hey, I got hit on the I-5. He got off at exit 103. Yeah. Watch out for a white Kia Stinger with a dent on the left side or whatever. That's all you have to, and then they got police officers. I should have done that, but like I was late to the show. I'm in a fucking Prius. I can't chase him, so I just went to the show. And
you took the disrespect.
Huh?
You took the disrespect.
I called the highway patrol and they were like, they're like, you're supposed to call 911. There's nothing we can do now. And I was like, okay, whatever. And then I called my insurance and they're like, your insurance won't go up because it's not your fault, but we can fix it for like, I have like a $500 deductible. So remember when I got hit by Dr. Sandwich and I got $750?
Dude, your car, I'm so sorry to say this, it feels bad luck. Like since you've had that car, you have already had three accidents in that car. That don't have to. You didn't do anything wrong. But I'm talking about Did you do a cleanse? Did you do an
No.
energy vibrational cleanse in that car?
No, I don't know you're supposed to.
I really think we need to get one of
I
these
thought the dealer
Palo
does that.
Alto
I thought
things.
the dealership does the energy cleanse.
Bro.
Isn't there a shaman at every Volkswagen dealer?
No,
whatever?
wait, where did you get the just
I got it at a
CarMax?
Volkswagen dealership.
Oh, a dealership.
Yeah.
Volkswagen, I feel like they're not hippy dippy yet.
What's a hippy dippy car brand? A Fiat? If you go to a Fiat dealership, it's a white guy with dress. Hey, what's up, dude? You want to buy a Fiat?
I have no idea, but I think that we need to do that after. We need to go and do a little cleanse, and we're going to do a little song and dance.
This is good. When I was 16, my grandmother got me like one of those Japanese, like, not seance, but like a good luck charm, like a safety driving charm. And I don't.
Oh, the little Japanese ones with those.
Yeah.
Okay, for our Patreon, people who join our Patreon, you will see an exclusive scion, whatever, of the cleansing of the car.
I love this car so much. I'm not selling it. Also, like, shout out to fucking the makers of the Prius. Shout out to Toyota for making a sturdy car. I really thought I was gonna spin out.
Did you feel anything when it hit you?
It went like this, boom. But it didn't like knock me out of my lane. But I swear to God, if I had my Honda Fit, I would have flipped over, dude. That car was so flimsy, dude. It was so flimsy. Flimsy. I can't even talk. You know, maybe I have brain damage from the accident. I don't fucking know.
Well, you better get that insurance money, dude.
I know, but it was scary though.
God
on the highway.
damn.
Have you ever gotten a highway accident?
No, but I used to have a Volvo, and the Volvo tire flew off because I never went to go get the new tire I'm supposed to after so many. So that shit flew off. That. Yeah, and so I was riding on basically like the
just the wheel, the
metal wheel part of it.
So it's like
sparking. So it's clunking, clunk. And then I had to get off the Culver City, and I ended up walking into a bar at like 2 p.m. You know, it's like it was so sad and dead in there.
Yeah.
I was like, who the fuck's drinking at this time? But they let me charge my phone because my phone was also dead. I have AAA, but I have the one where we pay for the membership. So like, I think it's like 2 or 3 times they come out for
roadside assistance.
Roadside assistance.
Yeah.
And so they came and like just put a new tire on for me. But,
that's really nice.
Yeah. But that was so fucking
risky,
scary,
dude. So wait, your car just went like this, like that?
It was just clunking. I was like,
that's fucking like, that's some like movie shit.
It was more scary because at least I got off at Culver City, which kind of felt safe. But going into that dingy like spot, Dear John's, have you heard of that shop? It's like that bar. They were really nice in there. But I think that was what more scary was like going into a dark, dingy bar.
Yeah.
I don't know the accident, but anyways, it is really scary to be on the freeway.
Yeah, but it's annoying because like now it's like a car is a money pit, and it really to bring it back to the more financial shit. I don't know how you feel about this, but like it really made me think about like, you know, like we talk about our car philosophies. You want a nice car, blah, blah, blah. I'm cool with the Prius, blah, blah, blah. But like sometimes I want a nice car. But when this happened, I was like, dude, what if I was driving like a Porsche? Like this is so annoying. And it really made me think about how like, and I don't know how much you agree with this, but I think a lot of people, I think I'm only ever going to buy a nice car. I think people should only buy nice cars when they're making enough money that they can afford to pay for repairs and accidents. Because when you live in LA, like it's just gonna happen. Even when you're parked, someone might hit it. They might key it out of jealousy. It's just gonna happen to your nice car in LA. And I think like if you're sort of reaching for a nice car and you're like, I just got this new BMW, and you can't really afford its repairs or fix it, that's not worth it. And so it made me like think about, I'm gonna keep this Prius forever until I become like a fucking millionaire, you know? What do you think about that?
Yeah, that sounds really boring. So I actually... Oh, that's so funny. That's the people. I have to turn in my lease. So that was them actually at some point for my car.
Oh, yeah.
Funny thing, we're talking about cars.
Yeah.
No, I think you should go have fun. If you want a car, you don't know if you're going to die tomorrow or the day after. You just get the fun car. Yeah. Like imagine if this car hit you and this was the end. No,
and I died.
And you would have died in a fucking Prius, dude.
But I love my Prius. See, I wouldn't mind.
You'd be happy with it?
I'd be happy with it.
But would you have been happier
in a Porsche? I think you're right.
Or that little box car that you like. The little, what is that one that you want?
Oh, the Mitsubishi Delica.
At least then you would have died in style, or like you've been like
die in style.
Yeah,
this is a hilarious take.
Like James Dean, he's infamous because like he died in his Porsche.
Cursed car.
Yeah.
I went to a museum in Vegas where they had that engine. It's a cursed car.
In Mulholland Drive, right? Wasn't it Mulholland Drive? I think
so. By those hills, right?
Yeah. It's famous because there's a lot of people that died, but that's just because like people start going really fast because they want to be cool.
I believe before he bought. I don't know if he bought it new. I think he bought it from someone else, and I think the previous owner also died or something. So it's there's like a curse. curse. And so somebody got in that car and told him like, hey, I don't feel good about this car. You should like return it. And he was like, no, I love it.
Okay, so someone has cursed your car though, like
James,
your Prius.
I have the James Dean curse.
No, bro. Whoever drives James Dean would never drive a Prius. So you have like a James, a lame James.
A
lame
commercial
James.
actor. Commercial actor James. Like he's probably a background actor on like a Orbitz commercial.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lame James.
Lame James.
Lame James
curse.
Prius
So the curse is not as strong because he's not that famous. So it's just kind of like fender benders and like a little dents here and there, but it's still annoying. So we have to kick lame James out of my Prius.
No, yeah.
That makes so much
let's
sense.
try to do a cleanse and see what happens from there.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't wait. Thank you. I can't wait.
Did you say thank you for your service?
Yeah, thank you for doing this, being a shaman. Do you want me to ask you this, or should we go into the thing?
Let's just go into the thing. It's all kind of the same.
So this week, Steph and I were, every week we meet and we're like, what should we talk about this week? And we didn't have a guest, but we were both sort of complaining about how April Q2 is actually what I'm calling it. Second fiscal quarter, right after March.
Okay.
So the first quarter is January through March. So Q2 has been like kind of hard for me and Steffi financially. Like as you've listened to the podcast, Steffi's gigs have been getting canceled. My writing thing didn't even work out because of strike. And then like I just, my college gig got canceled because the flight. I remember that.
Yeah,
Did I tell you about that? I had a college gig,
yes.
I had to cancel it. That was gonna be like $2,500. So it's Q2 has been really tough for us. So we said, why don't we evaluate our own finances this month and let you guys know like how we're doing and what the life of like a sort of like a freelance, creative comedy writer, actor person is like in LA.
I feel like this is fairly therapeutic too. It's not just for you guys, it's also for us.
Yeah.
And like I feel like if I talk about these things, it makes it feel like whatever like sad cloud is hanging over us will kind of disappear, and hopefully the daylight and the sunlight comes and shines upon us, and we will
rise above
it all.
I'm also, she's feeling very spiritual today. I don't know why. With the shaman and the fucking this. I will say, I think it's good to like face your fears. Sometimes when you talk to people about money, how many of your friends, they go, I don't think about it. I don't look at my credit card statements. I don't think about it.
Bro,
right?
all the time.
Right. But I think it's good to like, because I think, we're feeling a little scared right now because we're like, we're not really booking, like what's going on. And I haven't really looked at my finances. So it's good to like face your fears. So how do we want to do this?
Do you want to go first? Or
I guess. I mean, like, let's see. I guess I can post this on the YouTube thing, but I just...
He made his own... Fumi made his own PowerPoint presentation because he's so nerdy and needs to show you guys in like physical form what his like sad month looks like.
Just a heads up.
It's a quarter.
If it's go quarter, it's
not that sad, right?
No, it's not. I mean, this is not a comedy one. I really just legit want to look at my numbers, and I also wanted like a second eye on it because I don't know how I'm doing. So this is called Fumi versus Q2 2023.
Oh shit! A whole ass quarter, dude.
Well, this
is sad. So April, May, and we still have June.
We still have June, right? This is thus far. So this is really crazy. Like I thought I was doing really bad. But I'm actually doing kind of okay. So just to break it down.
Okay, that's annoying, by the way. And you said that literally last time.
But the reason why I'm doing okay is kind of sad. So I have two accounts. I have my personal account and I have my S Corp account. Anything related to comedy basically goes into my S Corp. And then I put some stuff on my personal so that I can also write off things on my 1099 when I do taxes.
Sure,
so S Corp, my income was about $7,400. Like in all of April plus May, but I spent $8,000. Okay. So I'm down like $560.
Okay.
So it's not amazing. I'm definitely, I'm not breaking even.
But it's all business expenses that's the spending.
It is all
for
business expenses. Yeah. But I don't want to be, I want to be making more than I'm spending. And I'll kind of get into what I've been spending.
Yeah. Okay.
And then my personal, my income was about 80. I don't know. Oh yeah, I know why it's so high. It was about 8,500, which is it's never that high. It's never that high because most of my money goes into my company account, so it's never this high. I'll tell you why it's so high.
Okay.
My spending was about 6,400, so I netted about $2,100. So all in all, so far in Q2, I've netted about $1,500. So I guess I'm doing. I thought I was doing really bad, but I'm doing like okay so
You're
far.
like averaging out.
It's
like
fine.
it's okay.
It's not amazing, but.
No, it's not amazing, but it's not bad. I wouldn't say, I think if you're in the negative, that's where I would be like kind of nervous for you. But where's this income for the personal? Are you going to talk about that? Because I'm actually curious how you're separating the two.
So this is, I broke down. Yes, it's kind of fucked. So For S Corp, about $4,800 comes from stand-up income.
Oh, that's good.
That's good.
Oh, that's very good. I'm
That's
very
really
proud of
good.
you.
It would have been more if I had that other college gig. Residuals made for about $1,400.
Mm-hmm.
Content money, I made some money on Instagram and Facebook. That was about $600. But again, but that ended. That Facebook program ended, so now I'm not making any more money on that.
You Meta.
Then I did some voiceover work for $175, and then I think this is just Patreon for $125.
Wow.
I'm counting that. I'm counting that as income. So that's my escort. And on my personal, the reason why it was so high is because I made about $7,500 on tax returns. That's the only reason why it's that high. So usually my personal income is like $1,000.
Did you already get that money back?
I got it back, yeah.
Okay, so do you even count that as personal? Is that even income? Does that count as income?
I don't know.
People does
the government see it as, I don't think so. I don't know. I count it as income.
You're being very humble. Like that's how I feel about that, because I think that's just like access money that I don't know.
It is money.
Yeah, but essentially, isn't tax returns money that you already spent?
Exactly.
So that's not actually, that's
I'm just getting
like
money back. Basically, I'm getting money back.
You made negative money, dude.
No, for sure. If I don't count that, then I'm like negative $6,000.
Oh, but I'm sorry to make yourself. Yeah, you're doing this to make yourself feel better.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I'm telling you, no, you didn't make it.
You're telling me I need to take out the most important thing out of this slide.
You're like the thing that makes me feel.
But you know what's kind of nice is interest. From the high, about $250. That's pretty
From
good.
what interest is that?
Remember that we talked about the high yield savings account?
You made $250 in 2 months?
I actually make more, but this is just from one of my accounts.
Dude, that's really fucking good. You must have a good amount of money in there.
I have a lot, yeah.
Are you getting 5%? What are you getting right now? 4%?
It varies. I don't know. I have American Express and Barclays. Don't you have American Express? I'm getting the same thing you're getting.
I'm not getting it.
Oh,
I did Ally Bank, but it's
Ally.
just the same 3 point something.
Yeah.
Oh,
so it kind of varies. But
okay.
It's kind of nice to be like a couple $100 a month is coming from like doing nothing. That's pretty cool. And again, I'm not counting investment stuff. That's not on here.
What is this cash? Is that the Patreon?
This is when we got $50 from remember that Saeed, whatever in 1 week he gave us both $50.
That's really nice.
That was insane.
Saeed,
Saeed, we love you.
We love you.
And if you want more love, you know what to do.
If you want more
love, you know what to do. What else is on here? Oh, and this is kind of like.
Would you at this point give some like your fans if they ask for a cheek kiss? Would you give a cheek kiss for like dono people who spend $50 or more every time you see them? You give them a cheek kiss.
100%. I would do more. Dude. I would eat them out. I don't give a shit. For I really would for like $5.
$5.
I would.
Dude, what are you guys doing? He's offering his services right now.
Because I like it when
it don't matter who you are. He doesn't give a shit.
I like it, because we get the email from Patreon when we get like a dono daddy. You know what I'm talking about? I like seeing it.
Yeah.
So that to me is
sure.
worth. Okay, this is, let's see.
Oh, that's pretty good. You're showing me everything.
I know. I probably shouldn't have showed you that.
No, why are you showing me this?
Because I wanted to go to the trends.
Show off? What the fuck?
So this is how much I'm spending.
Okay.
This is personal. And I thought it was interesting because obviously rent is my highest.
This is personal, right?
This is personal. So
okay,
obviously, yeah. Go ahead. What?
Okay, so home. That's how much you're spending for the home, which is like your utilities and your house.
I think
or
this
rent?
is just rent. Yeah, it's just rent.
But that's not none. But you're splitting that, right?
But Maria pays me, so like for 2 months, my rent is $1,600 a month, so that's why it's about $3,200.
Oh, for 2 months,
rent is $3,200. That's my most, and then I owe $844 for taxes, and then health and fitness. What the fuck is this? Oh, therapy. Therapy adds up. That's expensive. Yeah, therapy and some doctor stuff.
But you pay so much for insurance. I thought that you'd be getting free insurance.
I don't pay anything for insurance.
Oh, wait. But no, I thought you said that you paid $90 for your therapy sessions.
Yeah, I get some money back, but it's still $150. So it's like $90 a session. So
But you pay the $90.
So what happens is I pay full and the insurance writes me a check like every other month or whatever. So like they don't always pay me back immediately. So I'll get some of this money back.
I see. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
And then food.
You know, food and dining was interesting. I eat out a lot. I didn't even realize because I would like to ideally spend like only about maybe $800 on groceries and eating out a month. I used to only spend that much when I was like in my early 20s.
Yeah.
About $800 on groceries and bars and food, everything together, which is like, it's a little tight, but I like to do it that way. But I saw that, so I spent about $540 on food for my personal account.
How often do you go in and like say that you paid for dinner that was like $100 and then like someone paid you back $50, right? Do you update that on your Mint?
I do. So when they Venmo me and I see that on my Mint, I categorize it under food so that it gets subtracted from the food.
Are you doing this every day? Like, do you check?
I check
your
every
Mint?
other day.
Every other day.
Because
okay.
if you don't, then you don't know what Venmo charges. You know what I mean? It just says Venmo, and you're like, now you have to look on the app and see what it is.
Do you love that little piggy bank thing that gives you it's like
I don't even
points?
get what is that. By the way, we both use Mint, and it's amazing, so they should sponsor us. But yeah, what are you talking? What is that?
It's like anytime I open the app, it like shows a little piggy bank, and then it says like 5 points for like going and updating shit, or like opening the app, they give you points. So it feels like you're like making money for some reason when you're not making any money.
Do you know what that is? Is it just like
no?
fun
I think
money?
it's I think it's like for them to like make they give positive reinforcing for you to use the app, so you feel good about doing it. But it's nothing. It means nothing.
Yeah. So this was fucked.
It's like playing video games. It feels like I'm playing a video game.
So this is like fucked because I spent like $540 on food on personal, but on my business I spent $844. So I spent like $1,400 on restaurants, coffee, alcohol, and groceries put together. That's way too much fucking money for someone without a job. So I need to do better there. I spanked myself earlier for it. So don't you worry.
Okay, I'll give you a spank for that. How much do you want? What's your goal? Do you use the goal thing on Mint?
I used to
Does it work well?
I used to put, when I had a regular job, I would always put like $600 every month into a savings or whatever. This is in my 20s and my goal was down payment on a house, and it was $50,000. That was just I wasn't gonna buy a house, but I just needed something to look at. And then I reached that like in my late 20s, and I was like, I don't do goals anymore because I don't have a goal. That's really sad. I don't have a goal anymore, so I have nothing I'm saving up for.
I relate to you so hard.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why sometimes when I'm being really stingy, I always think about like what you say about like being YOLO or whatever, because I'm like, I don't have any kids. I'm not married. I'm not really gonna buy a house probably like anytime. Like what is this for? Like yeah, sure, I spend $1,400 on food in Q1, but like or Q2. But I had fun. Like maybe that's good enough. You know what I mean? But this made me really sad when you asked me if I have any goals. I don't have any financial goals. That sucks.
Why don't we make one?
What's your financial goal? Like a realistic one that you can save up for. You know
I used to say, okay, so I don't know if this is for you. Did you stop having it once you quit your real job?
Kind of.
Yeah, this is the same for me. And I think I do it because I feel bad having the goal because I know I won't meet it with this job. So I'd rather just not think about it.
I know, but is that bad? Should we double down being like, oh, now that I'm doing entertainment, I'm going to get this even faster?
Yes.
We both need goals right now on Mint.
Okay.
What should they be? Tell us in the comments.
I like that we're like strangers.
We can't think for ourselves. I
don't know.
I don't want it to be like a house. Maybe it should be something fun, like a Porsche. We should both make 90K. Let's let 90K be a goal. 90K. Savings, not like living. 90K, like that you're willing to let go for a Porsche.
By when? What's the goal next year?
3 years.
Okay, no, dude, 3 years? It's gonna take 3 years?
I mean,
you're being more. You're being smart.
Am I being too
No, you're
reasonable?
being realistic.
I think 90K in 3 years is a lot of money to save, to be completely honest. But
it is. But are you actually gonna be down to buy a Porsche with me if we?
So I have a confession to make. I always roast you about Porsches. Right?
I love it.
I'm always like, haha, you're superficial, haha.
Yeah.
But I saw when I opened for Ronnie Chang at a comedy club, and then we parked next to each other, and I parked my little Prius. Yeah. It's silent because it's hybrid. And then Ronnie pulls up in this loud ass Porsche, and it looked so cool. It looked fucking cool. And he was like, you know what's so funny? He was talking about it as if he got a deal, but the number he said was so high. And I was like, I guess that's just. It's like a 2001, but I think.
Yeah, I saw it. I don't know if I'm allowed
to say, but I believe this. He paid like $40,000. He said it was under $40,000, and so I was like, Oh, is that good? Like that sounds expensive.
No, Porsches tend to retain their value.
Yeah.
They're a collectible car, and as long as you're maintaining it, it's pretty fucking good. Yeah. And if you have certain years, they're even more like special. So like he probably has one that's very, he has a 911. I saw it too at that same show.
Yeah.
I saw him get into it and I was like, oh my God, Ronnie. I was like, that's fucking cool. So we're both going to get Porsches. So why the fuck do we need $90? $90,000?
$90?
40,000. Let's say $40,000.
Let's do 40. Okay, 90's a lot. Let's do 40,000.
No, because 90 feels stupid to buy a car.
That's stupid high.
40,000 by let's do next year. End of next year.
End of 2024.
24. Oh, okay. End of
2024.
I think we could. Oh my God! You guys saw it. Oh my God!
Cut to. We're both in Priuses.
I'm in a Prius too. Bro, I can't live like this anymore. You know what I mean?
It's crazy, man. But anyways, yeah.
And you in your beat up Prius because you got into 10 other fucking accidents. And we're like, hey, remember that time that we said we're going to get Porsches? We need to make financial goals because it's true. The only reason I got that Porsche back in the day when I was doing real estate is because I made that a goal.
That's what I'm saying. No, and that you hit on a really good point. It's really important to have goals. Financial goals. Because yes, it's smart to have career goals, but financial goals are important too. Numbers are important too.
I didn't realize that you didn't have any. It makes me feel like we're same.
I think I had the same thing where I quit my job. Well, after I started chasing comedy seriously, I just let go of like material goals because I was like, I don't want to like be disappointed. So, before when I wasn't doing comedy, I was like, okay, $50K for like a house or a car or something. I just put that on there. But I don't really wake up every morning being like, I want $90K by when I'm 30.
Can I say something? Do you think it's because we're doing what we want? And so because we're doing what we want, we don't need this superficial goal that forces us to get up in the morning.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Bars, dog.
You think that's what it is?
I think that's exactly because all these motherfuckers working at like Google, whatever. Yes, they're making $200K, but they you know what? You know why?
Lives.
You know how you're on the dating apps, right?
Yeah.
Every fucking person's like, I love to travel. You know why? Because they gotta get away. They hate their lives. They gotta get away and buy clothes and cars because they can't believe that they do marketing for a startup health kind bar company or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
ChatGPT shit.
They can't believe that's what they have to do for a living.
Yeah.
And so they have to buy nice things and have these goals to like these numbers keep them going. But like my goals are like
we're satisfied.
It's like, I want to like make a new podcast. I want to like make a new script. Those are my goals, and so that makes me happy. Dude.
Yeah.
So in a certain way, we are happier. We were better off this way mentally.
Yeah,
maybe.
mentally in a way.
Off.
Yeah.
But it's like they have, our listeners have the Porsches and we don't. So there's that. That'll be the name of my first special, From Prius to Porsche. Mark my words.
Yes!
I don't have a single joke about my Prius, but that'll be the name of my album and my special.
Yo.
From Prius to Porsche.
You could do it,
The evolution of Fumi.
Hell yeah. I believe in you. And I think all our Cash Cuties do too. So let's go.
Hey cuties, we want to take a quick break from the show and tell you that Steffy and I started a Patreon.
What is Patreon? Patreon is the best way to support us and this podcast. Fans can subscribe to our page for however much money you want to give, and in return, you get rewards and perks.
That's right. We'll be releasing bonus episodes where we answer fan questions and get into more of our chaotic lives.
Yes. Just go to patreon.com/cashcutiespod and help us grow.
That's patreon.com/cashcutiespod. Back to the show.
Yay.
Okay, now let's do you.
Okay.
The roast of Steffy. Not even the roast. How are you doing financially? Like, for reals.
So for reals, I'm doing really bad.
Really? Like numbers wise?
As much as we're talking about, I'm saying this shit about how like we might be fulfilled financially. I mean, emotionally. I'm feeling mixed, to be honest.
Yeah.
But I think it's partially because I haven't had a therapy session in like 2.5 months. My therapist is going through something. I think something bad. And so I can't complain about it. And I feel bad because I'm also I realize how dependent I am on this person.
Mm-hmm.
So today I had my first session and I bawled my eyes out because it feels like I'm just talking to like, again, a parent who like I hadn't seen in a long time. And okay, so I looked at my Mint and it told me I didn't do the quarter thing. I only looked at April.
Okay.
In April, I spent $9,573.
Wait, is that how much did I spend? Is that more than me?
Yeah,
No,
similar.
I spent about
Similar.
that. Yeah, similar.
I actually think we have very similar finances. I kind of took a peek at your shit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it's pretty similar.
Pretty similar.
Except, okay, so I have zero, like barely any money coming in, and I'll tell you right now how much. I haven't finished taxes, and so I'm very much looking forward to potentially having money back the way you did.
Are you gonna get some back?
I hope so. I'm doing mine tomorrow. Yet. I'm filing it tomorrow.
Oh, because California delayed
it
because of rain or whatever. That was their excuse because of like
I like
excessive rain. Yeah,
like we were one of those that. So tomorrow I will find out or not. Do I find out at my session
when they do it? You're not gonna get the money then, but they'll know exactly how much. Yeah, they'll tell you tomorrow. So exciting. Let us know in the YouTube stories.
Okay, I will. I'll
Instagram
let you know
stories.
how much money I'm getting back from the money I spent.
Okay, cool.
Really, it's not. Okay. I did sign up for acting technique classes, which added to the 9,000.
That's
yes.
really great.
So I'm going to take 3 months. I'm learning a new technique called Meisner technique.
Oh yeah, I've heard about that shit.
It's a way of being creative because I went to Lee Strasberg's method acting school, which is like actually reliving the traumas, reliving the emotional things. This other technique is creating, like being more creative and like being able to fake like emotional aspects of our life instead of using like our past life, right? Mm-hmm. I'm excited about that. The other reason why the 9,000 added up is I had property taxes for my mom's place that I spent $3,273.
And you say you pay that twice a year?
Twice a year.
God damn, that's high.
My sister is finally going to start helping again because she hasn't been doing this. And I complained to her recently. I didn't complain. I passive aggressively brought it up.
Yeah. No, it's good. I mean, she's got a job. She's got to start supporting.
She does.
That's fair.
But I can't, I still feel guilty because I'm used to being the one to have to take care of everyone's problems.
Yeah.
So I do feel guilty, but she is going to help me. And my mom, this new thing happened. I think she listens to Cash Cuties because she did. I forget if I mentioned this. She is saving. She is paying $1,000 of that $3,273.
Oh, so if your sister also pitches 1,000, that's 1,000 each.
Yeah, but she's not gonna. My sister's not gonna do it now.
Oh, okay,
so
maybe
probably in the
time.
next year or whatever. But my mom did, in her way, like contribute, which I feel
really
so
nice.
grateful for, and thankful for. My rent is $1,950.
Okay, that's pretty good for this place.
You think so?
I mean, I paid $1,950 at my. I don't know if you rented my first apartment in WeHo, but it was $1,950. It was about the same size as this.
Similar. Your place is so nice.
Well, that place now is nice. Yeah,
I know. But I've thought about that because of your place and what you can get for $3,200.
People,
yeah, but you get so much light, and I think that adds like a positive. Like it makes you feel like maybe the vitamin D. I don't know
100%. It makes a huge difference in your mood. Because my other place, I don't have any light, and so like I also think that contributed to my depression that I got when I first moved to LA.
Really?
No natural light. I mean, we had windows, but it just wasn't facing the right direction for whatever reason.
It's so insane that like really affects
everything. Affects
mood.
it. Yeah.
All right. Well, that's so after all that, my cash flow Mint says is negative 7,736.
Wait, I'm so done. What is cash flow? Is that just net? Like everything you made minus everything you spent.
So I only made $1,000. I made $1,000 for one. I did modeling for like a mom and pop shop in the neighborhood. I got $250, which I talked about, from Ally Bank because they're like, if you put in this amount of money, we'll give you
Ally.
Oh, Ally.
Yeah. Just maybe they'll give you more money if you say it right.
A-L. Oh no, what's A-L-L-E with the little thing on top? That's a different company.
Different. I don't know
what the fuck is that?
It's A-L-Y is the bank.
All right, Ally Bank.
Yeah.
Support
Have some
us.
fucking respect for the people holding your money.
They're not yet. All they're doing is taking my money, but they did give me $250.
That's really nice.
for the high yield savings account. Can I tell you how I made 27 cents off of
interest? Wait, but are you sure that wasn't like the verification transfer?
No, that was 30 cents.
Oh, that was 30 cents? So you actually got more when they were testing to be like, when they were checking your identity, you got more money.
They're like, here, I don't give a shit about 30 cents. So they give you this.
The cybersecurity guys are giving you more money than your actual money. That's hilarious.
Exactly. Let's see what else. So last month, I'm going to say my mental health has not been strong. When I don't have money coming in and also the jobs, again, were getting canceled, I kind of spiraled and I went to New York last year. And I said, last month. Yeah. And I said that it was because I was going to get my hair cut. No, it was. But I think a lot of it is whenever I feel depressive, I want to run away. So I don't want to deal with shit. So I just run away. That was kind of what I did in a way. And I said it was because I was going to get a haircut, which I did, but it was like a free haircut. I spent $400 on the flights.
That's actually really good for New York.
It is, right? Yeah. But I also spent money I didn't have. I spent $149 on 2 ear piercings.
I don't even know you got these.
I did. Yeah, these.
Two
ear piercings. And it felt good when they were piercing me. Have you ever gotten anything pierced?
I actually had my ears pierced in high school. Why are you laughing at me, dude?
I don't know.
It was hot, dude.
Would you ever get it pierced again?
I don't think so. It's filled now.
Did you have a cubic zirconia in there?
I don't even know what that is. That's like the fake. A stud.
It's like when you can't get diamonds, but remember like Nelly and them would have those like. But it's like no, everybody wanted it.
I got a stud from TJ Maxx. So my friends, I was in the marching band, and my friend's mom was a nurse or something, and she had these like sterile needles, and so I went to her house, and then she made me put ice cubes on my ear for like 5 minutes, and then she pierced. I felt nothing. Yeah, I felt, and it was right. And then she was like, just put hydroperoxide like every whatever. And I had it pierced I had it all until junior in college, and it fell out when I was showering because I took it out for a job interview, and I just never put it back in. Yeah, so I have this little thing here. Can you imagine?
Wait,
but this is back then when like this was so 2000. Like I don't know if any of the young listeners know. For a while in the 2000s, they would say if you got a piercing on your right ear, it meant that you're gay, and left means you're not gay. So I got it on my left because I wasn't gay. I don't even know if that's a thing anymore. Have you heard?
I
that?
Still believe that for some reason. So sometimes when I have piercings, like regular piercings. Yeah. When I put in my ear, I'm always like, ooh, people are gonna think I'm
gay.
But sometimes I do. I consider myself bi-curious.
Sure, yeah.
That's my kind of, but so I feel bi-curious when I put it
I love that.
So
150 is not that much money. Like you can afford it.
Do you think that's expensive? I thought that was kind of expensive for ear piercings.
Piercings are expensive in New York when you go to those places.
I got two, yeah.
I thought it's free at Claire's, right? You should have gone to a mall.
No, but you know what? In Claire's, they use a gun. Which
Isn't
makes
that better?
I guess they say technically it's more prone to getting infections if they use a gun.
Why?
It's like, I have no idea, but I think it might be bullshit. I think it's really, there's something also about the culture of getting it done with like a needle.
It's hot.
It's hot and it's like cooler for some weird odd reason. Yeah. I think it's like, I don't know, it's part of the culture. Okay. So I just did it that way.
That's great. That's fine.
Yeah, I did that last minute before I took my flight. I was like, all right, I'm going to do this thing.
You skipped over but I do want to ask you, I want to compare gas. How much we spent in gas over do you know?
It was like $300 something. $300
really? That's not that much. I think
because I think I spend $100 a week on it. And my to fill my gas tank, it's about $90 something
at once a week.
But I noticed, why? You go to like Irvine
a lot. Yeah, I also fill up like every week and a half on a Prius. So like, I do fill up a lot. But I think how much is gas? Let's see. You said 400.
Around $400, yeah.
Do you use this little feature?
No, I never use it on my computer.
Oh, okay. So I spent about $196 since the beginning of April.
Oh,
yeah, it cost me about $35 to $39 for a tank.
That's really good, right? That seems really good,
compared to a Jeep,
especially
it
for
seems
traveling everywhere.
Yeah, but I do drive a lot, but yeah, okay, that's cool. Just wanted to, make you feel a type of way about the Jeep. Go ahead.
Yeah, I feel bad. Thank you. Next. Cleaning. What laugh was that? I've never heard you laugh like that.
That was the.
I'm gonna fake laugh.
No, that one is the my miles per gallon dick is bigger than yours.
Oh my god, he's a cocky motherfucker. Okay, to make myself feel better.
Yeah.
I started cleaning out my closet, spring cleaning,
Okay.
blah, blah, blah.
Hey.
I have a goal of making $200 by selling the clothes at Crossroads.
Yes. You have great taste. I feel like that's easy.
I think so, but they're kind of like, they make you feel bad if they don't. I've done this so many times. I know what they don't take. They only want like cool pieces of clothing that are like, yeah, but it's annoying when you have like things from like I save clothes from like 10, 15 years ago.
Oh.
But they're so meaningful for me because it's like, I remember the memory of like having that, like when I saw
really
my
nice.
cousins, or like when I see my grandparents, all right? So I'll save those, but so they're meaningful to me, but I know I haven't worn it in 15 years, so I'm gonna sell it. So expect like the meaning to add value to it, but the fact that they don't even take it, I'm like, fuck you.
You're like, what else am I fucking quinceanera, you bitch? Like,
yeah, exactly. It should have more meaning. Have you tried selling some of your clothes before?
I didn't. So it's funny because you say like, oh, I keep my clothes from 15, 20 years ago. So in New York, you can't because there's no room. So we're constantly donating to Buffalo Exchange, like constantly, like every time we move apartments, we donate or sell a bunch of shit because there's just no more room. So like it's sad, but like you can't really keep a lot of clothes in New York unless you have a big ass apartment, which most people don't. Yeah. Wow. That's like the New York thing. You can't keep a lot of shit.
But now you're not in New York though.
Yeah, I do have like, I don't have as much as you do, but we do have an IKEA bag full of clothes that we're gonna try to give away or sell.
So which is it? You don't have two piles? Do you let someone look at it first, like your friends, and then if they don't want it, then you go sell it?
No, I don't talk to my friends like that. I don't have any friends. I'm crying. No, I just go straight to
Yesterday, Fumi told me that we're only business partners. Wow, by the way, I was at the WGA strike. I was there to support him and my writer friends. And also, yes, the selfish part, I wanted to see what the fuck was going on there.
Yeah.
While we're there, walking in front of Paramount, we're talking about friendship or some shit. And then you go, we like, basically you're like, we wouldn't be friends. We were only business partners. I would barely talk to you. I'm like, bro, as I'm there,
I didn't say it like that.
Only friend.
I didn't say it like that.
You said it in some form of way.
But our friendship is contractual.
Yeah, fuck you. I know, but the truth is the reason I don't actually feel bad is because I know you actually give some shits about me. You might tell yourself you don't, but I could tell in your eyes sometimes you do, and that's why you are the way you are with me.
Let's move on. Feelings are annoying.
So avoidant. So I did a thing.
Yeah.
A few days ago, I told you this. I applied for unemployment.
Oh yeah.
I haven't done that since the pandemic, so
okay.
I'll keep you posted on how much money they send me.
It's not gonna be as much as the pandemic. I know that.
Really?
Yeah, that's a known thing.
Oh,
remember, because Biden was giving us extra because nobody was working. So at one point, people are making like, I think they're making like 1,000 a week or something like that. It was like a lot. At least in New York, it was like that. Maybe more.
Oh, is it different in New York and here? That the
every
amount
state
that
has like a different
its own like amount of money.
Yeah. I think.
But I used to think this was very shameful to get unemployment, but I realized a lot of my friends, I don't know if you've been on unemployment, a lot of my friends who are creatives, they are all on unemployment, and they're also getting what is that money you get for EBT? EBT money.
Really?
Yes.
Damn.
And they do this because they might go like literally a week. They're being smart, taking advantage of the money that the government is assisting them with. Mm-hmm. And what I've learned about this money is that it's actually our own money that we pay for whenever we get a W-2 job. That, you know how we get taxed for that money we're getting paid? It's actually that money. So if we're not taking advantage of that money, we're just paying for it for the work that we did. Right. So I'm doing this unemployment thing. I'm a bit shamed, but I'm also like, fuck it.
Yeah, no, I don't think there's, I'm the same way. I used to think like,
It's
I was like,
embarrassing.
unemployment, like what? That's not me. Like I went to college. That's not me, you know? But no, you're right. Like we are paying for it. And I think especially if you are a freelancer, like I don't think there's any shame in like getting free money from it's your fucking money anyways. I'm in my entire 20s, I was paying, you know what I mean? Like I gave you this money so I'm allowed to have some of it back.
How much money do you think is in there? There must be so much money. That's
is it so? I don't know. I assumed it just goes to like the general pool. I didn't think it was like my individual account.
I think it is.
It is.
That's what I've been told by my friends, and I'm not don't fact check that.
Yeah,
but
we don't know shit.
Apparently, it's our money that we've been putting in. Like so, the amount of money you declare, is very important for unemployment.
Okay. So I would love to hear from our listeners who have their own businesses like an LLC or S Corp, because I got into a situation where like I tried to do unemployment after I left Gordon, but and I was getting some money for a while, but because I'm perpetually an employee of my S Corp, I'm never truly unemployed. So the way it was explained to me is like I can get it, but when I do taxes, I have to pay myself back from my S Corp. So they were like, don't do it. Like they were like, by having an S Corp, you're foregoing that option or whatever.
Oh, really?
So like that made me think like, oh man, maybe next time I get a job, I would just go as an individual so I can file unemployment, you know?
Interesting.
Yeah, it is kind of weird.
Okay, I actually did try to sign up. I have no idea because I have no money coming in, but I am thinking about creating a LLC.
Talk to your accountant about that. Ask your accountant this exact question I'm asking. Like, what does unemployment look like if I have an LLC?
Yeah.
If I'm always perpetually an employee of your LLC, you know?
Okay. Can I also noticed when I was trying to apply for the LLC, there's all these things that I didn't recognize, which is like you need to get an agent, like so that your address doesn't become like the thing that's populated online where people know so you need an address for your business.
I made it mine. But I moved, so it's incorrect. But yeah, I mean, like,
really?
I just
that
made
means
it.
shit.
You
if they serve, you know that means that if they are trying to serve you papers and you try to like say that you go bankrupt, they're gonna go to that address and they expect you to be there.
I have mail forwarding, and I also updated it recently on my thing. I don't. You can use your house as an address. I think it's fine.
No, people can look that shit up.
I guess. I mean, it's different for.
People are gonna.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Yeah. I mean,
whatever.
But I think what you're doing is, but you probably have to pay for that.
Now
right?
people have your address, right?
I was thinking like I would pay for like a PO box, but I don't think you're allowed to do that.
No, but
so
on
what's an
Reddit,
agent? So is it a physical place?
Yes. So they have like they have like addresses specifically with, I guess, people that are supposed to be there it has to be someone has to be there 24/7 technically, so that if your papers get served, someone is there to receive them.
But my question is this a business or is this any business? Like this is a business that makes money from letting people use them as an address.
Yes, there are companies that do that.
That makes sense. I should do something like that.
Yeah, but it's like anywhere from $50 to $120 to hire this a year.
$50 a year?
50 to 120.
That's not that much money. You should do it. That's worth it.
Yeah, but if you're making negative, that's why I was like confused, because also the other thing is it a tax write-off? Like, you know how like, you have an S Corp, so I think you pay about $500 or $800 a year to have an S Corp. That's a tax write-off. Write-off. I think
there is like a fee, but I think it is a write-off. Everything is a write-off. Yeah, it's business expense.
Okay. Yeah.
That's cool. I can ask you something fun. What's the name of your LLC? You think?
I thought of so many different things.
We do baked goods, I guess. That's funny.
No, I don't want it to be my name. I noticed like, okay, so, I work in real estate. So like, I know a lot of people with a lot of money, they never make their S Corp or LLC their name. They make it like something like something that is very lucky sounding. Asians always like do some 88 shit, like 88 Rising or like 88 like Phoenix or some shit.
Yeah.
So I think there's some luck in there. So mine's like gold. This is rich money. There's
Gold Rush.
Eureka! Gold Rush, California.
Benjamin Franklin LLC.
Yeah, but I realized that you shouldn't make it your name because people can look it up, and then like you don't want it to. The reason you have LLC so that you can get sued and it's not connected to your name. Like, that's the whole point, right? Safety.
It's to separate your assets from your company and your personal. But you can keep it your name. That's okay. A lot of people just do like Steffi Baker. You can do that if you want to.
No, I don't want. No.
But you should do a fun one.
I'm gonna do a fun one.
Yeah.
What's yours?
Mine is the name of the band that I was in high school. So it's Midnight Nice Guys Inc. is what it is.
Your thing would say Nice Guys in it.
Midnight Nice Guys
was so literal. Like, that's so...
No, but it's my first creative project, so it means a lot to me. You know what I mean? Like, it's the first,
That's really cute.
Yeah, like...
Is it Emo Mueller?
No, we were just like rock, some like regular like Jack White, like White Stripes kind of rock, which is like it sounded really cool back in the 2000s to be like I'm in a rock band, but now that I say it out loud, I'm like, who the fuck listens to rock anymore? It sounds so lame. Now let me ask you this: cash flow negative 7,000. How does that make you feel mentally? Comedy aside, like is it scary? The thing that I've tried to do, and I don't know how much you agree with this, is like ever since going sort of full-time freelance, I try not to look at my finances month to month. I try to look at the holistic annually. So it's like, this month I got $7,000 from taxes. That's cool. So I think like, okay, so like I'm kind of chilling for like 2 months. If nothing happens for 2 months, I'm okay. Yeah. I think like that. How does it feel to be like negative 7,000?
Okay, so normally if it just said negative 7,000 for 1 month, it's cool.
Yeah.
But I saw.
Wait, excuse me. It's cool.
It's. Okay, you're right. It's not cool, but I could be like, I have my savings. It's fine.
Okay.
Like it's gonna make up
number.
the next. Last year, look, I've gone 1 month without it, but the next month I'll have like 3, 4, 5 jobs or some shit, and then I'm like, oh, good job, Steffy, right?
Yeah.
So that's why I've been able to train my brain to be like, okay, I could go a month or 2 without it.
Yeah.
This year, it has been so slow from January to now that I think every month has been negative 5,000, negative 7,000, negative 9,000. That is where my mental health is not. And because I haven't had my therapist for 2 months for her to be like, it's going to be fine. Because you know what? In the end, it's always going to be fine. Because you and I, the type of people, we're going to make it happen no matter what. We will beg. We will like do whatever. We'll do something, right? We'll do the kissies. I'll lick the floor at this point.
I'll eat you out for $5. We'll do anything.
He'll do anything. I'll do anything, but I'll be more discreet about it. Like hit the DMs, you know what I'm saying? Like no shame, whatever. He's openly like
I'm meeting people out. They're like, I don't have any money. I'm like,
backyard. So I think like it has been taking a toll on me.
Absolutely.
And so
you're reaching into Jason Cheney territory there. 3 months of negative 6,000 that's Jason Cheney territory, bro.
Bro, you have to have a form of delusion to be in this industry and be striving and believing that you are going to do something that both you and I have, which is it will work out in the end, and we are going to have
Porsche
loads of money.
Yeah.
We're going to have loads of money coming in because we have this crazy belief. And it does help, obviously, like having fans and people outside of us to remind you that, hey, like
what we do matters.
What we do matters. They trust us. They want to support us. So I think those types of things, when you guys hit the DMs and tell us like how much you care, like those things really matter. And I'm doing a good job now. I talk to my friends who do have, more of a fan base, who have been in this industry for a while, and they are friends with their fans. And I haven't been really doing a good job of like messaging people because I'm like, I don't know how to do that interaction.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, you shouldn't be friends with all your fans because some people are weird, but like there are I've met some cool people for sure.
But I feel the support from there. So
that's good.
Yeah.
I also think like, I don't know, obviously you've had a very successful career before this. And I think the fact that you're able to internalize negative $5,000 for like 3 months in a row, but that tells me you have a good savings. That's what that means to me. And because you are not the type of, like, you and I both, no matter like how hard it gets, like I'm not gonna ever be homeless. I'm never gonna. If it gets that bad, I will get a job. I will waiter. Like, you know what I mean? Like you'll bartend. Like we'll just do anything. Because so I'm not. It's like negative 7,000. That's hard to look at now, but it's like all things considered, it's like you're able to look at that and still go out because you're okay, right? Hopefully, you have some money.
Or next month, you're gonna see all my ears pierced, and I'm gonna tattoos of myself to like showcase like the pain that I enjoy. Yeah, the wealth and whatnot. But I think you're right that we will always find a way. But I think I needed my therapist to tell me.
My therapist told me that. That's why I feel. I always think I'm like, okay, this month is crazy, but it's like look, if I don't have a lot of self-confidence, but I do have confidence in like surviving. I'm a fucking survivor.
Yes!
So I will never borrow money from anybody else, and I will not be fucking homeless. And like, I don't care if I have to work out In and Out, By the way, they pay pretty well. I heard managers make like $90K. So if I can even get a job at In-N-Out, that would be amazing. But like, I'll do it. I'm gonna survive. That's who I am. I'm a survivor, dude.
You're fucking survivor, so, dude.
Like, I always try to remind myself that when I have a month where I'm, like, yeah, you're right. I probably shouldn't count tax returns as income, but yeah. So I guess I'm negative. I'm also negative 3,000. So I'm on your boat. So yeah, I try to, I try to be like, believe in yourself that you will not, like, you can maintain this lifestyle,
I love that you said that, because it is true that I would never borrow money from somebody.
No. You wouldn't put yourself even close to that situation.
No.
Because if it got that bad, like, you would figure something else. Like, you'd be like, okay, I may have to put acting on hold for a second just to figure out my life, but I'm gonna still live my life. You know what I'm saying?
But those people that do that, they're the ones that they're like, do you notice a lot of them that have those stories where they're successful because they were like fucking broke and they were like so desperate? Like, but when I think about that, like, outside of mental health issues, and like, there are some people I feel like didn't need to actually sleep on a couch. Like George Clooney, I heard he slept on someone's couch, like his friend's couch, for so long. He could have probably got a job at McDonald's, but he didn't. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like if we just did get to that point, would we be like learning a lesson where it'll help us like push, because we have nothing?
I think I think those stories can sometimes, like, they romanticize the struggle a little bit. We obviously don't have the whole story. I also think there's a difference between I never had money and I don't have money now, and I had $200,000 in savings and now I have $10. That's a different story. I think I have a lot in savings now, but like, if it went down to $10, like, that means something has been turned off in my brain and there's something wrong with me. And so then it becomes a bigger issue. It's not just about comedy. It's just about like, what happened? Like, how did you let it get to this point? You know what I mean? Like,
that's a mental health thing. That's something that's like,
I also, because you brought up therapy, I do think there's a very strong correlation between like how happy you are and success. And I don't mean success as in like huge success, but just success in general. I think success doesn't always have to be financial or what movie you're in. It could just be like you're happy to be working, whatever, right?
Yeah.
I have a very good friend of mine, J.R. De Guzman. He's a comedian, and he is really, really big on TikTok now. He is doing theaters. He's so successful now. He's doing great. But when he did my podcast, like maybe 2 years ago on my other podcast, he was like living out of a van, and he was like, he kind of stopped comedy for a little bit, and he was like, dude, I really need to work on myself. I have like a lot of problems, and I'm reading a lot of self-help books, and like, I don't know if this is true, but I heard he was like almost about to quit because I think his like manager dropped him and stuff, because he's like a guitar comedy guy, and they were like, we don't really do that anymore or whatever. And so he was like, really
want musical funny people.
Yeah, because I think they were just like, we don't do the guitar guy anymore or whatever, which is not necessarily true, but I think he was sort of going through it. He was like, I don't know if I can do this anymore, but he like sort of like really worked on himself. And he told me, because I opened for him at Irvine a little bit ago, and he was like, yeah, when I like kind of figured out like my life shit, the career shit sort of came. And it reminded me of like, you know what, you're right. Like, I spent my entire 20s, dude, I get off at work at 6. I would do an open mic at 6, 8, 10, and come home at like midnight. I did that for like 3-8 years. No regard to my girlfriend, to my friends. I skipped weddings. I was like, I just love comedy. I want to get good at comedy. That's all I was doing. And like, yeah, I got good, but like, to your point, like, I'm not as close as I am with some of my high school friends that I wish were still in my life. And like, sometimes I'm like, at what cost? You know what I'm saying? And like, some people will say, I'll do anything to make it. And that works for them. But for me, I think in my 30s, I'm just doing a little more self-reflection to be like, let's make sure like I also work on my life. Let's make sure I'm happy with Maria and my relationship is good. My relationship with you is good. My friends, like, I want to make sure like I'm happy in life, because that is going to bleed over into my creativity.
Yes.
I truly believe that now, and I didn't in my 20s. And so like, I really think like, like, you're saying like you didn't have a therapist for 3 months and it fucked you up. I do believe that. Like, it's all fucking relative.
It's all connected.
I think so.
I actually went out yesterday. My friend invited me to like a dinner, and I hadn't seen her and the friends that were at the dinner. Like, they asked me to come out like so many times, like a few times in the last like 6 months, and I kept rejecting them because I wasn't feeling good about myself. And at some point I stopped going out with them, because not only did I feel good, I started going into this thing telling myself like, oh, they must think I don't like them, or that like, oh, because I like flaked on their birthday. It was like, you know what I'm saying? Like they don't like me anymore. And then I'm like, it's this like prophecy of like, oh, this is why they hate me. I hate myself. They hate me. I hate myself. Right. And then it's a cycle that I've perpetuated. That
but it's your story. Like they don't feel that way at all.
Yeah. And then I'm like, at this point, I'm like, if I go out with them, they're gonna ask me all these questions, and then I have to talk about, and then I'm gonna talk about the sad story. I don't want them to be sad. I don't want them to feel bad for me. And then I was like, yesterday for some reason I was like, you know what? I need to fucking go out. I need to like, I realized the New York trip, that's one thing, is like made me realize there are people that are like not only counting on you, but that they believe in you and they're going to be there. They're safe people. And so I just went out and like, they did actually ask, like, I think, you know, one of them asked me like how I'm doing, and I could have just said I'm fine, which is normally what I say. Yeah. But I just said, I was just going through some shit. And I think it like made me feel better, but it also made them feel better that it wasn't about like something they did wrong either, right? So like, I think like, you're right. Everything is connected, but I think in the end, there are people that support you and care about you that you might try to push away because I'm avoidant too. And like we have to be like, it's okay, things are fine.
I think like that moment you just described, like how your friends are like your biggest fans and they're like, oh, we love you, we love your work, we hope you're doing great. Like that's not, you can't really quantify that money wise.
No.
But sometimes you forget, like sometimes that shit keeps me going, you know?
Yeah.
And like, I'm not, because the way we see our careers, we're like, well, I'm not on a show right now, so I'm doing awful. But the way they see it is like, you were able to sort of break out of this cycle of the regular American life, like the fucking That's like true. The corporate thing. Like you were like, you figure out a way to unlock yourself from that, and it's not as easy as it sounds. By the way, you know, it's not hard. It's really hard to like quit a full-time job. I couldn't do it for like 7 years. It's so hard. Yeah. It's really fucking hard to unlock yourself from that. And I did a show in Columbus a little bit ago. Some of my high school friends came out, and like from their perspective, they're not interested in Hollywood at all, but they were like, oh, you're killing it. Like we're so happy for you. We love you. Like, and they're so supportive. And I was like, oh, I forget that sometimes like, you know, people are really like, they really believe in me. And like, I don't always believe in myself, but I try to like think about those people sometimes, and like,
because I think they feel a freedom from you doing the thing they wanted to maybe do. I think they feel a form of like, they see themselves in you, and at least you're carrying on that thing that they wanted to do.
Especially when they see you in a commercial, or like they see me at a show, they see you actually do it, and they see you like really enjoying yourself. And I think like that's really important. I don't know. I guess I'm saying all this to say like, sometimes the way we look at negative $7,000 isn't the way somebody else looks at negative $7,000. Like it's not all bad news is what I'm trying to say, you know? Yeah.
Dude, if these people saw this negative whatever that you're making, right? 6,000, 7,000, back then when you had your regular job, you'd be like, whoa, this person is really fucked.
Yeah, yes and no.
Wouldn't you like 10 years ago if you saw this?
But the thing is, like, everybody has their own situations, right? Like, for example, like, you pay $3,000 in property taxes. So, like, in my head, I'm already subtracting $3,000 because I'm like, well, I don't have to pay that. So that's a lot of fucking money that you're responsible for. So I would, you know, I think when you hear negative 7,000, it's like, what's your life story? Are you a shopping addict and are you in debt? Like, did you do this to yourself, or is this your situation? It's different, right? Like everybody, I mean, when I bought a car, it was like negative $14,000, but it's like, I bought a car. Like, so it's when you look at monthly spendings, not in context, it's not helpful. Anyways, let us know in the comments what you think about negative $7,000 and how you would react. We'd love to hear from you. I think that's our episode, right?
Yeah, that's it, man.
Thank you so much for listening. We love you guys so much. Please follow us on all the socials at Cuties Pod.
Yeah, okay.
And we are also on Instagram individually at the Fumi Abe. That's TheFumiAbe.
And check me out on my Instagram at Baked Goods, BAKEDGUDS, and my website, SteffyBake.com. And we want to hear from you, right?
That's right. We answer fan questions. So if you're in a financial bind or want us to consult on something, please email us at cashcutiespodcast@gmail.com, and we'll answer it on the show if it's funny. Email's fine. We'd prefer voice memos under 30 seconds or a minute would be great. Also, shout out to our sound engineer, Domagoy Ivanchik, and our video editor, Matthias Robles, thank you so much. We love you. You do so much for us every week.
How did you know that's how you? Did they tell you that's how you pronounce it?
He told me, but also this is an Eastern European name, and my girlfriend's Bulgarian, so she was like, the J is a Y.
Useful.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm saying.
Thank
his last
you so
name right.
much.
Yeah,
that's so
thank
helpful.
you. They did a lot. He actually, this guy Domago, he went back and he remastered all of our old episodes because we've been. A lot of people used to complain about the sound because he was like, oh, like Steffi's too loud or Fumi's too loud or like it just wasn't equal. So he like remastered it. So hopefully, if you're starting from episode 1, I hope it sounds okay or it's all mastered out. I don't even know what mastering really means anymore, but
they are part of our journey.
They're part of our journey. So thank you so much. We'll hope to see you guys next week. And until then, spend your money wisely. Don't go into debt. Don't spend $7,000.
Or don't, because like you're gonna die anyways. And have fun.
Have fun. All right. Bye.
Bye.